really care if the fashion world likes me or not. I'm just working with other artists in the fashion world, and it is what it is, and I'm just doing my own thing.
Being able to empower other girls,
I have to work twice as hard to do
that's what makes me so proud to be a woman.
I started modeling 4 years ago after moving to the city. I moved to New York to attend Pratt Institute for Art, and I did a lot of self-portraiture, drawing, and painting. And then I met someone who was a photographer and a videographer, and he kind of just encouraged me to start modeling. I literally started modeling on Craigslist. There were a lot of like fashion photographers that were just looking for interesting people for like personal work of theirs. I knew that I could make money off of it because there's no one else that looked like me. There was a void that needed to be filled, and I knew that I could definitely do it. And I just started to reach out to just photographers and artists that I really enjoyed. And actually the first photographer that I reached out to, his name is Eugenio Raklenko. So I sent him a letter with a lot of hearts and smiley faces. And I really didn't think he was going to respond, but he totally did. And he was like, "Oh, I'm shooting a music video in Germany. Are you available to fly over?" And I was like, "I don't know what this is. I'm in school right now. I have finals," but I'm like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna go." Because of that music video, I gained like a really large following in Europe. And I started doing a lot more serious fashion work. Tim Walker was one of the first photographers that I really wanted to shoot with. And I literally name dropped Tim Walker in every single like interview that I did. And if anyone ever asked me who I wanted to shoot something, I would always say his name. And then finally, someone at Nowness actually knew him. They sent him my photo. He was commissioned to do, and it's actually his largest editorial to date for Love magazine, and he asked me to be a part of it, and I was over the moon. Even though I'm a fashion model, I think I have a lot more of a psychological element behind all of my pieces that I'm a part of. I think it's really easy for people in fashion to get really caught up in the superficial aspects of it. It's a little hard for me to tell how other people feel about me and what they're thinking. A lot of people, I have the feeling they don't really understand what's going on. They know that it's something big, but they don't really know exactly what the deal is. But the more work that I do, the more of myself and my personal story that I share, I think it helps other people. Even if I've ever felt really uncomfortable in certain situations, I really try my best to just move past it and to move on, because, well, what the fuck is the point of like dwelling on anything? I actually never really thought that being a woman would make anything hard for me in life. I think because I had much bigger issues at hand, such as like my medical condition, and like growing up, I came from like an abusive family and like childhood. I think when you're put into traumatic experiences, things such as social stereotypes aren't really something that comes into play. Actually, when I was younger, there was a time in my life when I didn't even know if I was really a female, only because I didn't have any hair, and I had a really small chest, and I just remember taking like bubble baths with my mother, and she had like pubic hair, and because I don't have any hair, I thought maybe there was something wrong with me, and maybe I wasn't a female in the same way that other people were. A lot of my friends growing up, they were all super ashamed, I think, of being a female, and that was something that I really never understood why. To me, it's just them allowing themselves to be limited by like someone else's perceptions and like someone else's beliefs of who they should be. Because of my medical condition, I really, even from a young age, I really thought that, well, our body simply is just a vehicle. It's something that is really just a tool for us to get through life. For me, sex was something that I really wanted to keep sacred. So I got these chastity piercings that lasted like 2 months. I mean, I love sex, and I think everybody should really celebrate just who we are and everything that we embrace in life. I think my greatest aspiration in life is just to be the best mother that I can be. That's something that I never thought about before, but I learned that the only reason why I was so defiant and negative toward being a mother and having a family was just because of my own family experiences that I've had, and I think my own relationship or rather my lack thereof relationship that I had with my mother growing up. Learning that just because things have happened to me that were like really fucked up and like maybe really difficult doesn't mean that those aren't things that are meant for me. I'm like, did I say everything I wanted to say?
You can say everything you want to say.
I know, but that's where I get in trouble.